make the strings.
Alright guys, it is a sad day for the Datsun. This is going to be its last day in the shop. So I've decided that this thing's just basically sitting around collecting dust, collecting overspray. It's not really in the way, but it's not getting very much attention. So I guess it's time to move it. So I'm going to be taking it to my house and basically like turning it sideways in front of my, since I'm not like working out of my garage at the house. Basically there's just stuff that accumulates in front of mine and Jamie's Saabs, and it's a little bit deeper than a normal 2-car garage. So I should be able to stuff that thing in there sideways in the front and then just, put stuff on it like the good shelf that it is. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be working on it for a while, and just kind of the way the shop is right now, there's a couple things in the way, and so once the Mustang kind of gets down, so the plan is I'm going to take this Supra over to my that's going to stay over there for a little while, because I don't really have any major plans with this thing for a long time. So that's going to kind of sit there for a little bit, and then I'm going to take this to my house, and then I'm going to be able to put the drift car under here, and just kind of get it completely out of the way. So that way when I'm working on the Supra and getting ready to paint it and all that stuff, I'll throw a car cover over that. But so that I don't have to like pull stuff in and out and do the car shuffling, and be able to kind of have this thing spread out. And then shortly after that, go to work on this as well as the Mustang. So I guess kind of that's kind of the plan for now. So I have I moved the truck out of the way, and so I guess I'm just gonna start moving all this crap out of the way, and we'll see if this damn Datsun will start, because it's on E. Out of its hiding spot, and I had this Optima in here. It's from 2015, and we'll go ahead and hook it up, and we'll see if this thing wants to start. It has some. It's not the oldest E85. It's probably 6 months old. It's been sitting in here. So if you guys don't know, this thing's on AEM version 2. Here at priming itself, we got an O2 sensor heating up. 50 degree coolant temp. Yeah, see what happens. Will she start? And now she's gonna start. Uh-oh. Oh, it's doing that weird thing with the ignition switch where it starts when you let off. Weird. Fuel pump's on.
Cranking. Keep cranking. That was first in.
Alright, ready for a rip. So if you guys don't know, this is a fully built, forged and sleeved SR20. Has built head, a Garrett GT, GTX 3076, 1000cc IDs, AEM version 2. It made like 400 horse. In the other, it was in my old videos. If you guys go way back in my old videos, you'll be able to see a little little bit of the stuff for this, but I guess we'll pull it outside, let it warm up, and then take it to my house.
Real Datsun. I think you probably need to check the shim.
The shims?
On those solid lifters.
Yeah.
Because now it has miles on it. It probably needs to be,
Yeah, this is kind of loud.
it's not that loud.
It does have solid lifters, so, and cams in it, and valve springs and retainers and all that stuff. Alright guys, we're gonna take off and head over to my house and stuff this thing in there. So the drive is going pretty well so far. I got into a little bit of boost. I guess I can show you guys what a little bit of boost sounds like in here. Can't really see anything. Wish I had my head cam, but it's like third gear. So this is the situation in the house. Basically, I don't know exactly how long it is, but it's long enough to where, you know, the Datsun should come to about like right here where kind of Dave's standing. As far
Right here.
It ain't that skinny.
Look how skinny. That barely takes up a square block. Look at that thing.
It is pretty tiny, but I guess we'll see when it gets in here. I don't think it'll really be that bad, and then that leaves us plenty of room to park and stuff here. And then, you know, since it's so flat, it makes for a good shelf.
Like the lane is like you have like 4 feet on each side of you.
It is pretty small.
And the truck barely fits in a lane.
Honestly, like, Adam was... I think he's over-exaggerating.
What?
Honestly, I think a 3076 would have ripped on his car.
A 3071 is ridiculous.
Well, because this is 3076 and it feels great.
I know.
Like, even in 5th gear, you like mash it, it's like 2, 3, 5, like it goes like straight up in boost.
Yeah. I told him a 3071.
He's like, go break trannies, and I was like, well,
You're gonna have a Simeon,
so you'll be alright. Adam.
Yeah.
Thing actually takes up a lot less room than I thought it would, and I still
was like, it's gonna be all the way out here.
Well, I was saying like worst case scenario, like I could get away with something being all the way out to there, so I could stuff all my crap back over here, and it'll pretty much be how it was. But yeah, I could still come over here and I could squeak behind the back and reach the breaker box. Yeah. And this is with Jamie's car in here, kind of, you know, probably should pull forward a little bit more so she has room to get like groceries and stuff out, but yeah, so there's that line. And we got all this crap in here, so not too bad. I need to bring this to the shop eventually because that's a Saab bumper for when I fix the other, the blue one, the blue wagon, so I know, I got a lot of things to do. All right, so this whole little like cave is all almost cleaned out. Not really cleaned out. There's a bunch of stuff that kind of lingered into the way. So I guess now is the question of what do I put the drift car in there, or do I put that car over there? I'm actually gonna take this car for a little while, not that one. But yeah, I don't know. And I realize I probably shouldn't be pushing this thing off on like to the side for too long, because it's kind of just like this really expensive thing that I shouldn't just sit around. So I need to really figure out what exactly I'm gonna do with it and get started with it. But I guess kind of the plan is this week, and once all this crap's out of the way, get some of this stuff organized. I'm gonna do a video with the 2J, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start work on the Supra. So the plan is to maybe get that thing resprayed this week here in the shop, and then you know, after that's all kind of said and done, then I could actually start putting parts on it. You know, I could do like the cut and the buff and all that stuff. Then I could you know, I should be getting the transmission set up here shortly, and then if I pull apart the 2J and do the couple minor things that I'm gonna do with that, then basically as soon as it's all apart, then I could put the engine and tranny in there. Actually, I still have to get a rear sump oil pan. I basically just need like the bottom piece of it, because over on the 1J over there I do have most of a rear sump pan. So I guess I just have to get like the rear piece of the rear sump pan and then swap the pans to that. But that's pretty much why I'm going to be putting it on the engine stand. But we'll be talking about that in the 2JZ video. But yeah, for now, I guess, I don't know. The drift car is not bad because it moves in and out easy. That thing should probably kind of go underneath there, just so it's kind of out of the way and so I don't have to mess with it for a little while. And then yeah, this thing will go, and then the drift car I guess can just kind of sit here. And you know, it always kind of has been the child where it gets moved in and out anyhow, so I guess I might be able to do that. The bad thing is it doesn't have coolant in it, so it's just straight water. Well, water and water wetter, and I think a smidge of coolant. The bad thing is if it gets like really cold outside while I'm like working on other stuff, it's like not good, because I don't want to like So that thing's kind of stuffed under there. It's definitely a lot longer than the Datsun. You can see, I guess, let's see if we can compare the length between this and a Civic. So they're almost about in the same spot. Look in the front. It's like, I don't know, maybe 6 inches longer. So it's not that much bigger than a Civic, and it's kind of funny when you see like one of these things in person, like the Mark IVs. They're actually not that big of a car. Like, I don't know, they're actually they're kind of small almost. When we were down in Texas, when we did that like kind of pop-up meet and greet, I had the black Supra parked next to a Sean Mustang 09, his Mustang, which he has like a 2012 or 14 or something like that. And the Mustang was just like giant compared to the Supra. But yeah, we'll start working on this thing. I'm waiting on a strut and 2 lower control arms, and then I should be able to set this thing on the ground. I also ordered some lug nuts because basically 3 of the 4 wheels were bent, so I'm going to go ahead and set this thing on some RPF 1s. You know, that's the typical thing to do. I have kind of these beat up RPF 1s I got from a drift buddy a long time ago. So I had the Crown Vic on them, I had the S14 on them, I had the Supra on them, I had this Supra on them. It's just kind of the thing, I guess, but that's kind of what's going to be happening with that. So I'm going to go ahead and take off in the Supra, take it to its undisclosed location, and drop it off, and then come back over here. What else was I going to do? Oh, I was going to show you guys that the other thing I wanted to do tonight is diagnose an issue with my Saab. So I went to the dentist earlier, and I got my teeth cleaned. I don't know if you probably can't tell, but yeah, so basically this thing's been doing some really weird stuff lately. I bet it ain't gonna start. Let's see. So see what happens. Okay, it starts just fine. But it's really, really weird. Like if you park it and you don't like instantly lock it, and it like dies. Like it'll kill the battery within like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a test while I'm taking the other car for you know, to its babysitter, pretty much. I'm gonna go ahead and park this thing in the shop. Uh-oh. Hopefully I didn't just rip off the antenna, because the garage door is kind of low. But yeah, so I'm gonna park this thing in here and leave it unlocked and watch it drain the battery, I guess. Maybe I'll pop the hood and we'll see if it has just like a crazy amount of like load on it. So basically how I'm gonna test that is I'll disconnect the negative battery cable and put like the disconnect this and then put the amps in between it, because I know it'll kill it. It's been doing that for a little while, so it doesn't look like it busted my antenna off. That's good, because that would have sucked. So I don't know where my voltmeter is. My dad got me this nice Mac Tools multimeter, or it's like a test light, and it shows voltage and stuff on it too. So it's kind of fluctuating between like 12.2 and 12.1. So I don't know. All the lights and everything went out of the interior, and so yeah, if I did find one of my voltmeters, but the battery was dead. The good one, I don't know where it went. Basically, I would just put like it on DC amps and then see how many amps it was pulling to see if the battery is actually bad, or to see if the car is like switching something on and is just like pulling too many amps when it's turned off. I guess the other thing I could do is I could lock it. So I just locked it and it went down to 12. And now it's back at 12.2. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it unlocked, and I'm gonna take that off, and we'll see how it is when I get back. Yeah, I'm taking this NA beast to its babysitter. So before it was like still, it was like kind of quick, whereas now it's just like, it's just not at all. It's just really, really slow. So yeah, like I said, I'll be probably picking this thing up within like the month or so after we kind of get some other work on some other things done. But as of now, this is just kind of having this thing all pretty, like sitting in the shop. It's just like unmotivating, because you don't want to work around it, because you don't want to like hurt it or scratch it or dent it or park it outside, because I don't know, it's just a pain in the butt. So yeah, I went ahead and moved the 2JZ. I put this other little shelf right there and kind of stacked the crates in that area. Like I said, I need to get rid of some of that random paint crap over there that's just in those boxes, because that just ain't doing nobody any good. Got a bunch of crap to throw away. And then what else? So I guess the Saab update on the battery thing. I think there might be like a dead cell in the battery, and because it'll do all right, and then like I said, it basically went down to like 11.0 and then kind of came back up to 12. And so maybe there's like a body control module or something that's staying on, which I know these cars inherently, they're just really hard on the batteries anyhow. And so I think maybe, you know, because the hot and the cold, and since it's so, you know, close to the turbo right here, it just gets really, really hot and then it gets really cold. I don't think that that helped its life along. So maybe it has a bad cell, and it is AGM, but it should have the 5-year warranty, and I bought it like 2 years ago, so should be able to get it exchanged. And yeah, but for now, I'm gonna get ready to drive this thing home. I got it a car wash today, so you can see, good Saab day. But yeah, so tomorrow's video should be, I'm gonna go ahead and I would like to try and start this thing again, or not again, but in general. So it's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt, because like I said, this harness has been cut right here. This is all the stuff that goes to the igniter. So I do have the wiring harness off of the giveaway car, and I don't know, I might go ahead and do a video kind of showing you guys how to actually wire one of these. I know I've had tons and tons of questions, And you know, basically when I started the last engine that I bought for this Supra that I robbed for the giveaway car, I just parked the car next to the engine, and basically, you know, this wiring harness was long enough. I was able to just plug it into my wiring into the car, only hook up a fuel pump and the starter to it, and then I was able to start it that way. But yeah, that may or may not be what I do, or I may or may not. I mean, it has decent compression. It was pretty much like 150, 155 across the board. So I might just yank the tranny off it, throw it on the engine stand, and tear off what I'm going to tear off. But maybe in that video too, I'll go ahead and move this thing, because this is the big giant 6.7 Power Stroke that, you know, destroyed the whole internals. But that thing's kind of a pain in the butt to get on a pallet, because the pallets are too, you know, like this pallet is too wide, so I can't pick it up with the engine hoist and put it on a pallet because it's too wide. So I was hoping that maybe I could get it on this pallet, as long as I could get this engine off of this pallet. So I guess that'll probably be tomorrow's dilemma. Yeah, that's gonna be tomorrow's dilemma. So appreciate you guys watching. I know I didn't get a whole lot of crap done today, but hopefully you enjoyed kind of tagging along with me at least a little bit. So like I said, by the end of the week we should have some stuff for this, and we'll go from there.